a lot of Vols went undrafted after the draft ended, and I think it's a little unfair on what happened to a lot of them. Quite honestly, I think a lot of them are much better than a lot of them should have been drafted. Put it that way. But some of them I understand why they weren't. So I'm going to go down the list. We're going to play hot or cold, and I'm going to talk about the primary undrafted Vols and see if I'm hot. Some of them haven't been signed yet. Some of them have. I'll name the ones that have. I'll name where they signed. Let's see if any of them, what we think of them as far as players and their NFL potential. Hot or cold, brought to you by City Heating and Air, 50 years in East Tennessee. Integrity matters. cityheatandair.com. Let's dive in to undrafted Vols, the top undrafted Vols with the most NFL potential. We start with Elijah Simmons. I am cold on that. Guys, I'm sorry. I want to apologize up front. I know that Elijah Simmons is I want to say he's a very, very, very good talent, and he has a lot of raw potential, but two problems. He's too nice, and he's dealt with too many injuries in his career. So even though he got signed by the Cardinals, I just can't be hot on him. Honestly, I'm sorry. I can't. Amari Thomas to New Orleans. I'm actually hot on that one. New Orleans has had good success in the past with Tennessee players, particularly undrafted Tennessee players, particularly with undrafted Tennessee defensive tackles. Shy Tuttle, anybody? New Orleans actually finds, Shy Tuttle, Marquez Callaway, Alvin Kamara. New Orleans has a pretty good history, funny enough, of finding Vols on a premium and at a good deal. So I actually am pretty high on Amari Thomas working out in New Orleans as an undrafted free agent. And Amari Thomas is a great character kid too, reliable, always in the right place at the right time, always doing the right thing. So I think with that in mind, remember that Amari Thomas went to SEC Media Days 2 years in a row, guys. That doesn't normally happen. So with that in mind, I'm actually hot on Amari Thomas in New Orleans. I think that's going to work out. Will Brooks in Kansas City. Now, I told you guys what I think about Kansas City with Omar Norman Lott. Just going there is the greatest situation, but not for Will Brooks. And this isn't about him in Kansas City. This is about Will Brooks in general as an undrafted free agent. I'm sorry, Will Brooks isn't going to make it in the NFL. He had complimentary help last year with Jamal McCoy at cornerback, and you can really be effective in a shell defense against college quarterbacks when you have an elite cornerback helping you out. That's what Will Brooks benefited from. He was a smart player in the right place, right time, all of those things, but he's just not athletic enough to make it in the NFL. Cooper Mays. I am really hot on Cooper Mays. I am sorry that he didn't get drafted. I still think he's going to get picked up. As of Monday morning when we were doing this show, he had not been signed yet. So we're still keeping tabs on that. We're seeing where Cooper Mays is going to go. But as far as we know, Cooper Mays has not been signed by anybody yet. However, I am really hot on Cooper Mays finding the right place. He is a smart player. He's undersized. It's Scott Wells all over again. When Scott Wells fell to the 7th round and was drafted by the Packers, became a Pro Bowl center and won a Super Bowl, I see Cooper Mays being that good of a player. I'm very hot on Cooper Mays making it wherever he lands, and I'm sure he will find an opportunity. Staying on the offensive line, Javonte Spraggins, I'm hot on him too. I think Javonte Spraggins is one of the best run. If you guys could go back and watch Tennessee's 2022 offense, Javonte Spraggins' run blocking was a huge reason for that success. I am a huge fan of Javonte Spraggins. I think he is an elite player. I think Javonte Spraggins is going to be a steal for whoever picks him up, so I'm hot on Javonte Spraggins. John Campbell Jr. I am not hot. He hasn't been signed either yet as of this morning. These are players that have not been signed yet as of this morning, as a Monday morning. I'm just not as hot on John Campbell Jr., guys. I'm sorry. I think that I respect him. I like his game. I like his effort. I think he moves just a little bit too slowly to play tackle in the NFL, so I don't think it's going to work. And finally, hot or cold, brought to you by City Heating and Air, 50 years in East Tennessee. Integrity matters, cityheatandair.com. Got one more player that I don't know where I should land on him yet. I'm not as sure. I'm going to bring him up in a minute. First, a quick message from City Heating and Air.
Hi, Mike Davis here with City Heating and Air, reminding you to always dare to compare. Our team provides quality local heating and air service, installation, and maintenance across East Tennessee. We use only the best equipment like American Standard heating and air conditioning for your residential, new construction, or commercial needs. Honesty, dependability, and customer satisfaction have been the cornerstones of our business since 1961. City Heat and Air.
There's repair.
All right, the final undrafted Tennessee player, Brew McCoy. Where is he going to land, and will he work out? Here's my thing with Brew McCoy. Brew McCoy last year was battling, well, he was coming back from his broken leg in 2023. He had very clearly lost a step. I'm not a doctor, so I can't answer this. Did he lose a step permanently, or did he just lose a step last year because he was recovering from his injury? That's the question we have to ask. And honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. Because with that in mind, Brew McCoy, I think, he's got to be, when he's fully healthy, I think Brew McCoy is the best player in this draft. I mean it was the best prospect for Tennessee in this draft. I do, but he wasn't Brew McCoy last year. He had lost a step. Tennessee probably shouldn't have started him. They probably were I don't know. I get why, but they probably should have started Mike Matthews. He just wasn't himself. So here, put it this way. If Brew McCoy has lost a step permanently, I am cold on Brew McCoy. But if he has not lost a step permanently, if he gets back to his old self from 2022 before the broken leg, I'm actually very hot on him, and somebody's going to get him in a steal. I mean, that's a Jawan Jennings situation all over again. So we're going to see how that goes. That's going to be a really, really, really big deal going forward. So Brew McCoy, I am very, very, very high on as far as if he has not, and this is a big one, if he hasn't lost a step permanently. But if he has, I'm sorry, I just don't see how Brew McCoy can be effective. I mean, that's just kind of that's the only way I can look at it from that perspective. So as far as the poll question goes, well, let's bring this up. A couple more. John Campbell Jr. has received a mini camp. As we're talking, he's received a mini camp rookie invite from Miami, the Dolphins, and the 49ers. I think he'll get a look. I just don't think he's going to be good enough. I'm sorry. As far as the poll question goes, which former Vol went to the best spot in the NFL draft? And we're talking about drafted Vols. Omar Norman Lott running away with it at 62%. James Pierce is second with it. Omar Norman Lott, by the way, went to Kansas City in the second round. James Pierce is second. Went to Atlanta in the first round at 25%. Dante Thornton and Dylan Sampson are each tied at 6%. So Omar Norman Lott, is people really do believe in the Chiefs and the organization that they run. I understand why. I would be the same way. So kudos to them for that. But yes, Omar Norman Lott getting all the credit in the world for going to the best spot. I'm high on Omar Norman Lott too. And I'm pretty high on James Pierce, but I am skeptical of Thornton and Sampson. I agree that those are the two worst. As far as undrafted players, the players I named, who's going to make the best impact of them? I think Amari Thomas and then Cooper Mays when Mays signs, I think those will be the two best. I think those are going to be the two that make the biggest impact. Amari Thomas, Cooper Mays, and Javontes Fraggins are going to be the three that make the biggest impact of undrafted free agents. And Tennessee has a pretty good history with undrafted free agents making it in the NFL. So watch out for that.